Hi guys, welcome to another Chapter IT bite-sized session. In this session we're going to be looking at operating systems and the newest operating system, Windows 10. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, before we talk about Windows 10 in a little bit more detail, I'd like to talk to you about operating systems. Okay, so an operating system or OS is system software that manages your computer. So when you switch it on and all these little flashy lights and colours come up, okay, that is your operating system. Okay, now there have been many operating systems over the years. Okay, so every few years Microsoft will bring out a new version of their operating system. So if you look on the right hand side of the screen here, we've got Windows XP, one of the more popular ones during its day. We've got Windows Vista, not so popular, however still an operating system. Windows 7, again a very popular operating system, and Windows 8. Now these have been brought out by Microsoft over the last 10 years or so. Okay, so if you notice, each operating system has slight visual differences. Okay, this one here, this picture here is Windows XP. That is the Windows XP picture. Okay, this one here is Vista. Again, they look quite similar. Okay, they have slight visual differences. This one here is Windows 7. Okay, that is the desktop for Windows 7, and this one here slightly different. This is Windows 8. Now they designed Windows 8 in mind of introducing the operating system to tablets and touchscreen electronic equipment. Okay, so newer operating systems have the latest updates, more functions, and are more efficient. All right. Okay, so the latest version of the operating system that Microsoft Windows produce is Microsoft Windows 10. Now, there are different versions of Windows 10 now. They have updated it, but it's still Windows 10 at present. Now, the difference between Windows 10 and the other operating systems is it actually brings in the start button again as opposed to Windows 8. However, it has actually got tiles on the start button, as you can see there. Okay, all right. Now, if you buy a new laptop from a store, it will have Windows 10 installed. All right. If you buy a second-hand laptop, you might get an older version of an operating system, but the majority of computers or PCs these days will come with Windows 10. Okay, so that is operating systems. Okay, so next we're going to be talking a little bit more about Windows 10. All right, so let's get going. Right, part of the Windows 10 features is something called a desktop. Now, all of Microsoft's operating systems have a desktop. So what is a desktop? The desktop is what you see when you switch your computer on. If you look at this picture on the right hand side here, this is what the desktop looks like on our computers when we were teaching. All right, now you can customize your desktop with a picture of your choice if you wish. And as you can see on my desktop here, I have a picture with my logo on it. Now you can have any picture you like. You can have pictures of your family, you can have pictures of your favorite film, you can have pictures of your favorite comic book if you like, your favorite character, anything you like whatsoever, and you can change it as often as you like as well. We use a desktop to display shortcuts, folders, documents and applications that we use on a regular basis. If you think about your desktop as an actual desktop and you have things laid out on your desktop because we use them on a regular basis, that's exactly what we do with this. Okay, as you can see, all the little shortcuts on the left hand side here that we use in our classroom on a regular basis, and these are displayed as icons. Now, An icon is a small picture that represents a folder, a document, or an application. If you look here, this is a standard folder, all right, yellow folder. This one here is a document, this is a Word document, and this here is the Microsoft Word application. All right, now they all do different things. The folder obviously holds documents, a document is a document, and an application is the actual program that runs. Okay, so another important feature of the desktop is the Start button. Now, the Start button is where we go to access all of the applications and settings on Windows 10. Now, if you notice, the Start button is located in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and we click that using the left mouse button. Now, if you notice, if you click on the Start button, it will bring up this menu, and on the right hand side here we've got all these little handy little tiles where we just click once and we will access the app that we want to open. And if you look on the left hand side here, we have a little menu in alphabetical order of all of the applications that you have installed on your computer. All right, so part of this is the settings. All right, the setting features change the way your computer works. All right, this is where we can remove applications, change your personal preferences, add users, and much more. And that is located on the bottom left hand corner, just above the Start button there. And if you click on that, this is what you will be presented with, is a little menu with various features that you can access. All right, as I said before, personal preferences, add users, much more. You can add hardware like a printer. All right, you can access your network settings, you can add or remove programs, you can add users, so on and so forth. And this is where we go to access all of that. Okay, so another feature of Windows 10 and most operating systems with Windows is the taskbar. Now, the taskbar is located on the bottom of the screen. All right, it is a very useful feature, and it's on the left hand side of the screen. Okay, we can add different applications to the taskbar for ease of access, which only need one click with the mouse. If you are opening icons or opening apps on the desktop itself, they will need a double click, but if you're using the taskbar, they only need the one click. And on the right hand side of the taskbar is the notification area. Now, this is where we find the volume, okay, whether we want to change the keyboard. All right, we put the time, the date there, the battery life, so on and so forth. So that's where all of that is located. Now, another useful feature of the taskbar is the File Explorer icon located on the left hand side of the taskbar. All right, and if you look down here, this here looks like a little folder. That is the File Explorer, and this is where we go to access all of your documents and files that you have created or downloaded onto your computer. Now, by clicking once with your mouse, you are able to access all of the folders and documents saved on the computer. So as soon as you click that little folder on the taskbar, this is what you'll be presented with. Now, on the left hand side, you've got something called a quick access menu. Okay, and if you can see there, we've got documents, we've got desktop, we've got downloads, we've got pictures. Okay, and then down here now, if we've got anything connected, you can see there my iPhone is connected to the computer during this stage. And if you look here, the same sort of thing. Okay, we've got desktop, downloads, documents as well. All right, here we have a ribbon which gives us access to the window itself and allows us to change the way it looks and to change the way the icons look within the window. If you have any folders or applications open a blue line will appear underneath the icon. All right, so if you have other windows open, like different folders that you've got documents in, then they will show up on in the File Explorer, and there will be a blue line there. As you can see here, we've got two windows open. All right, this PC and Dorin. They can be seen as a small graphic if you hover your cursor over the icon. Now, if you have any windows open and you just hover your cursor over this little file Explorer here, these two thumbnails will actually pop up to show you how many you have open. Okay. If you want to open a folder, we will need to hover the cursor over it and double click. Okay, so once we double click, you will be presented with what's in that folder. And as you can see here, we've got a folder open that says books. You will know what the folder is called by looking at the top of the window. And as you can see there, it says books there. And as you can see, I've got lots of folders, lots of PDFs in there with various topics. The folder will then open, showing its contents. If the folder has a lot of content, then you can use the scroll bars to move through the folder. And if you notice here, we've got the scroll bars here, and we can either hold our left mouse button down on the actual bar and drag it down, or we can actually use the little arrows which are located on the top and the bottom. And you can see there, top onto the left and the right as well. Okay, and that's if we have got a lot of stuff in our folder, we can just peruse through it by using the scroll bar. Okay, as you can see there, the arrows are pointing to where they are. A folder is made up of many features. Okay, all these features show how you can see the information and how to change it. As I explained before about the ribbon, all right, you can create a new folder if you like, all right, and you can, if you click on view, you can change the size of the icons within the folder as well. All right, there's quite a lot you can change within a folder if you wish. Okay, if you're able to have multiple folders at the same time, okay, you can actually have as many open as you wish. All right, as you can see here, okay, we've got two open. The window or folder on the top will always be the one that is active. All right, as you can see, this one that says books is the one that's active. If we were to click on this one that says hobby, that one would jump to the front, and that one would be the active window. Now, you can have as many open as you wish. Okay, as many open as you wish. If you're able to move these folders around the screen and adjust the size by holding the left mouse button at the top of the folder and dragging the folder into position. All right, so all we do is get our little mouse here, we hold the left mouse button down, and then we drag the window to where we want to put it. All right, and we do that by using the left mouse button. On the top right hand corner of the windows, you've got three little buttons. Okay, all right, now if you've got quite a lot of windows open, you can actually move the folder down to the taskbar. Remember, we talked about the File Explorer and the blue line underneath, and if we hover the cursor over the File Explorer, the two little thumbnails will pop up. Well, this is the button that allows us to do that. Now, if we look at this little line here, okay, this is called the minimizing folder, the minimizing button, and if we click on that, it will just move down to the taskbar out the way. This is especially handy if you've got quite a lot of windows open, because we don't want to clutter our screen with all of these windows open. All right, we want to put them out the way. It's like we've taken something off our desk and just put it onto another desk out of the way. All right, as you can see there, you can bring the folder back up by clicking the small graphic on the File Explorer. If we have a look at this is the File Explorer here with a blue line, and these are the two thumbnails. All we need to do is, if we want to bring the window back up, all we do is hover over the actual thumbnail and click it, and it will pop back up onto our screens. All right, the second button on the top right of the window is a square. All right, now this, you can fill the whole screen with just one folder or window by clicking the maximize button. Now if we click on this, the window itself will explode into the whole screen, so that will be the only window you can see. And by clicking it again, okay, it will actually change into two little squares. As you can see here, you can restore the folder back to its original size by clicking the button again. All right, and the final button there is the X. You can close the folder down completely by clicking on the X button. By clicking that, you will close the window down and it will no longer show up on the File Explorer down at the bottom of the taskbar. So if you do hover your cursor over the File Explorer, it will no longer be there. Once you have closed down all your applications and folders, the blue line under the File Explorer will disappear. Once the blue line has disappeared from underneath the icon on the taskbar, this is telling us that the application itself is closed down and no longer open, or there is no longer any windows open in the File Explorer. And next time we're going to be looking at how to set up a Gmail account so we can start emailing. Okay, so thanks very much. Bye bye now.